Hello everyone and welcome in. So today we're going to be primarily talking about what the problem is with 2v8 and why it has become sort of unfun for me. Now, at the moment you're watching overlay gameplay, so don't expect me to be reacting to anything. But long story short, I have been having considerably less fun in 2v8 around this sort of cycle unless I'm on a VC with my friends and they're screaming at me. So the thing is that at the moment, I feel like 2v8 is not stale. I am not burnt out from it. I want to make that a clear point. I have not been playing it a lot. I've been having a lot of fun, but I have not been able to play it a lot because, school and stuff. But when I have been playing it, it has been considerably, and I mean considerably less fun. Now, I'm here to talk about one main factor today, but there are a lot of other factors that we could talk about. The main factor that I'm going to be talking about today is 2v8, or 2v8. Yep, that's right, 2v8. But the main factor I'm going to be talking about today is double teaming. So double teaming is basically where you're in the middle of a loop and you're freaking doing so good. You think you're doing awesome, like I'm doing in this freaking in this place. I think I'm doing so good, but then the other killer just flies in and your chase is over. So now, I want to highlight the main components of what the problem is with this and why it is affecting 2v8 and why it's affecting personally my fun. And I'm going to go over why it feels stale and why it's making Survivor gameplay feel stale, why it's imperative that they disincentivize it or make it, or incentivize not double teaming, or give survivors some sort of counterplay. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go on about this without going on first about the problems with 2v8's balance as a whole. 2v8 has considerably unfair balance on both sides, where killers are able to quickly pressure gens and regress them immediately and get quick downs by just hugging and holding each other's hands. They can get guaranteed pickups by just sitting by their partner while they're picking up a survivor. And it's not unfair. I wouldn't say it's unfair, but I would say that the double teaming part makes the gameplay stale and it feels unfair to me. I will say that the gen regression does sort of feel unfair. And the killers also are able to just shred pallets. They have incredibly overpowered class abilities that change the course of the game, and it's horrible. But we're not going to go on about how killer sided it is without going on about how survivor sided it is. I'm talking about pallet density. Pallet density as well as as the healer class and taking hits. So, pallet density. There should not be a pallet every 3 tiles. There should not be a pallet every 3 meters. You should not be able to detect 15 pallets with freaking built-in windows of opportunity. That should not be a thing. Not only that, survivors can take hits for each other. Survivors have very fast healing capabilities, and their ability to team up on gens and get gens done fast is very, 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 very overpowered. Now, I want to cover the main fact that this is not the reason why I'm not having fun. The reason why the main reason why I'm not having fun at the moment is that 2v8 and double teaming. So basically, the main counter to killers as a whole is looping. You have to run around a pallet or run around a window and vault or drop the pallet when the killer gets too close, or fake the pallet if the killer is too close and you feel not safe to vault it. Now, the problem with this is that killers who are on comms or killers who just want to hold their other friend's hand, they could just run around together, dominating everyone. And I've had a problem with this recently where killers will just team up on everyone, not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, and not for just cool shots with Death Slayer, just every single time. Just hey, this person's been looping me. They dropped one singular pallet. Could you come kill them? It takes the entire fun out of Survivor gameplay because the entire Survivor loop is sitting on gens. You sit on gens and you distract the killer. Distracting the killer it's just looping. You loop. And this looping turns into 12 seconds of running around like a chicken with its head cut off because you have no idea what the hell to do because you see 2 killers in front of you. So what can we do to combat this? we'll talk about that later. I want to get to the bottom of why it's so. I feel it's ruining Survivor gameplay. It feels stale because every single time I run to a tile and I start looping it, 12 seconds later, I see another terror radius and I'm knocked off that loop, and then immediately they're both committing to me. The problem with this is that immediately my chase is over. I'm getting hooked. I'm getting punished for trying to distract the killer. I'm getting punished for something that I cannot control. The killers control the chases. The survivors have no capabilities to control a chase at all. The killer controls whether they stay in the loop. Most of the time, the killer controls how long they loop the pallet or the window. The killer controls whether you fake it or not, or whether you are encouraged to fake it. Now, because they control everything, they can hold us at a loop until the other killer gets there. And that just takes the entirety of the fun out of Survivor, because congratulations, now my abilities to hold check spots, my abilities to run around a loop, my abilities to fake pallets and to know when the killer is going to mind game is now useless. Because they can just call their other killer and great, my chase is over. And it's just super stale. And all I'm doing is I'm like, okay, so let's go loop, and then we don't even loop. And that's immediately punishing me for trying to distract the killer, because I'm trying to do my job as as someone who knows how to loop and distract the killer. I can't distract the killer for extended amounts of time and get multiple gens done if I'm just getting double teamed all the time. And it doesn't help that the killer gen regression is incredibly fast. So when I'm sitting over here and I'm trying to distract the killer from multiple gens, but I just get double teamed, and then they rush to the other side of the map to pressure all the gens, and they get fast gen regression plus the threat of having two killers in the same place at the same time. It's super, but it makes for incredibly stale gameplay, because my entire counterplay for the killer is just now oh, well, I just have to W key and hope for the best. And I just have to hope my teammates take hits for me. I just have to hope that they don't call their teammate over, or I don't annoy them enough. And I get it. I don't want to chase against the Aaron of my server, and he has fucking the greatest ping on the face of the earth, so he's making every single vault right in front of my damn face. And he's got 20k hours or some shit like that. And I'm not in the mood to do that every single day. Yes, sure. But that does not mean that I'm just going to immediately swap to the most shitty build, or immediately start playing an anti-loop killer in the base game. But for some reason in 2v8 it warrants, oh yeah, well, I've been through about a minute of looping and I'm annoyed. Hey, friend, could you please help me? This bitch is looping me. He's doing his job and I don't like it. Do you see how stupid that sounds? And before you say oh, well, you literally you just dumbed it down. Well, yeah, that's literally what it is. It's just calling and screaming and crying for help. It's just I can't do this on my own. I'm a bad killer. I need help. And I get it. Not all of us are equipped to chase a Nia with 10k hours, but also not all of us are, but not any of us as survivors are equipped to chase with a killer or with two killers, let alone one. So when you're sitting over here oh, well, it's so fair, and there's two killers, you should expect that. Okay, well, I only have 3 hook states, 4 if I manage to get a tonic, and most people just end up taking them on their first hook state the moment they see them. So when I end up getting chased 3 times in a row, and I get cornered by the killers 3 times in a row, and I'm just oh, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's fine. I guess I just have to deal with that. I guess I just have to sit in the corner of the map and hope they don't come for me. The point is, if you're not seeing the point, is that it's super hard to play against a killer in itself, but playing against 2 of them, when they're both actively trying to chase you and they're both actively committing to you, which they shouldn't be. And you could say it's slugging or camping or tunneling. It's just slugging, camping, or tunneling. It's just a play style. It's not a play style, because slugging, camping, or tunneling has counters. Okay, you slug, I bring Unbreakable. You tunnel, I have DS and DH and Off the Record. Oh, you're camping? Okay, well, I have Reassurance. I could watch this guy sit on a hook for almost 200 seconds while my entire team completes all the gens. That's the point. Is that, like, other play styles have counters. Unfair things don't have counters. Think Nurse. But at least, I'm going to be honest, at least even Nurse has counters. If you run into a bad Nurse player, just run into them, literally. Just run into them. Like, they will fuck up their blinks. So easy. But of course, obviously, once they become good at Nurse, then, all the counter plays out the window. But you don't have to be good at double teaming. You just have to zone the person into your teammate and then double hit them. Or you just have to shoot them with the Death Slinger thing and then perfectly time it. You just have to grab them with Wesker and then your other teammate has to hit him. Unless they hit the wall, of course. But the point is that you can't really do anything in that situation. So when they're like, when the killers are like, oh, that's so unfair. And I'm like, it's, like, not fair. Like, I'm literally, like, it's so unfair. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But, like, you literally have the fastest gen regression. You have the easiest way to down survivors. And you literally, like, in every single aspect, beat out how, quote-unquote, overpowered the survivor class is. Not to mention, we have a bunch of underwhelming classes. We have the best class we have is a heal class. That allows us to heal mid-chase with the use of 2 abilities that take 2 minutes to come back. So we can heal and chase every 2 minutes, but with double teaming, we don't even, like I said, we don't even last 20 seconds. We don't last 15. We last, like, 12 seconds at best. And, like I said, we're lucky to even survive that long. And it's super unfair, because the killers, if everyone's grouping up, okay, well, I have Oni or Wesker or some shit like that. But we don't have that. Or even better, if they group up, yet again, I have a second teammate. Like, and we could try to sprint burst away, but yet again, we have Oni, we have Wesker, we have Blight, we have freaking Nurse. Like, especially if there's 2 of you, but there's Blight and Nurse, or Wesker and Blight, or Oni and Blight, and Oni and Wesker. It's the same thing, where it's just like, okay, well, I can insta-catch up to you if I'm playing a good killer, or I have Huntress, or I just have Wraith. Or I have Trapper and everyone's stepping in traps. The point is that there is literally no counterplay to double teaming. Oh, well, you guys can rebuild pallets. Yeah, 1 out of the 800 pallets. Like, 1 out of, like... And, like, 90% of the time, the scouts that I have in my game, literally, they will rebuild the fucking 50-50 pallets that they put in the corner of the map. And I'm like, sir, that's not gonna help us. No matter what you think, that's not gonna help us. That is not gonna help us. Like, that's not gonna help us. Like, could you rebuild the God palette? Like, hello? And even when you do get a useful scout, you end up, they end up resetting, like, 2 pallets because they forget their abilities even there. Oh, well, you guys have flashlights. Okay, you just stand by the person who's picking up. The person with the flashlight or the flashbang is not gonna try that. They're not going to try that. Plus, even if they do get the save, yet again, someone's standing by there. Just smack them. Smack them the moment they get off the shoulder. Oh, well, you guys get a built-in wig lift, and the person who unhooks gets endurance off of hook. Really? Wow. So, it prevents death from double teaming? Well, yeah, only if you're healthy. Only if you're healthy. Yeah, so let me go unhook someone while they're healthy, okay? Just so I can get away from the killers. While I'm healthy, my bad. While I'm healthy, just to get away from the killers, and even then I'll most likely die. Because what are you gonna do there? Now that we have covered why this is just so unfair, and, like, why the survivors are so disadvantaged when the killers just decide to hold hands, what is our solution to this? The simple answer is we need to de-incentivize double teaming in 2v8. Like, killers being able to hit each other, or, and they get, like, a slight stun, or killers get like movement penalties, or they can't use their powers effectively. Think like the Vecna anti-camp mechanic. Maybe Wraith unhooks slower, or Trapper's base speed is slower. Spirit phases 20% slower. The Redeemer has recoil now. I don't know. Like I didn't come prepared with a lot of solutions, but what I'm saying is that we need to give survivors more tools. Now, what you can do, I'm not saying add more pallets. I just want to make that clear right now. I'm not saying, let's add 15 more pallets to each map, guys. No. I mean, we need something that enables the survivors to survive as a group. Because at the moment, when Oni finds a group of survivors, like, he just found the jackpot. Like, we need to if we're going to incentivize, because I'm pretty sure it's Enforcer or Brute, one of the two, but one of them incentivizes being within 8 meters of your teammate. Let's do that for Survivor too. Let's give us built-in teamwork power of 2. Like, let's give us something that we could do against these killers. Let's make us faster than them when we're nearby other people. Let's make us do something when we're grouped up together, if we're going to incentivize grouping up together as killers. If not, we should de-incentivize grouping up as a killer. There should be penalties for grouping up as killer, or for not being able to get your own, secure your own kill. I'm not only talking about blood point penalties, but I'm also talking about literal penalties, like a 5% haste, or like a 5% hindered, or, what's it called? I don't know, a negative vaulting or damaging speed. Something that just disincentivizes double teaming, because you as the killer should be able to get your own down regardless of whether you're playing in 2v8 or not. And I get, like, all the people that are like, oh, well, I only am able to play 2v8 because, like, my teammates can help me. Yeah, okay, great, but, like, if you need your teammates, then maybe you should consider learning how to play killer. That's the thing, is that you need skill expression is gone with both survivors and killers when double teaming is put into play. And like I said, in a majority of matches, especially since I've gotten better at looping, there have been double teamers and I'll just end up dying. And I can't do anything about that. Sure, I'm not good at looping. I'm not good at looping a lot of killers, but sometimes I have moments of locking in where I can actually loop the killer. But there are a lot of times where I just can't. I just cannot. I cannot loop the killer. I end up dying all the time. And because I can't loop the killer, or because I can't loop the killer, I'm punished with one hook state. But what I'm saying is that when I'm good at looping the killer, and like I said, I have those moments of locking in, I don't get rewarded for that. I get punished, because within the first 30 seconds, oh, teammate, this guy's being an asshole, he's looping me, he's using the game mechanics to beat me, please help me, because I have a clip. I'll see if I could roll it right around here, but I have a clip of me looping the killer, okay, and I'm doing just fine, and then the teammate shows up, they down me together, and he just starts teabagging me. I will show it around somewhere here. But basically, the moment that his teammate comes over and he gets it down, he just immediately starts teabagging. Just immediately teabag. And why? You successfully proved to me you can't get your own down. Like, that is the problem, is that you're simply we're facing a problem where skill expression is non-existent in Survivor. Skill expression is non-existent in Killer. And combined with the long-ass killer queue times and the stale Survivor gameplay, why would I want to play 2v8? Like, I could just go play with my perks in regular DBD. Like, I could go actually have fun and loop a killer and show my skills to hold check spots and to do things like that inside of 1v4. In 2v8, however, I can't do that. So what is the incentive to playing 2v8 besides a blood point incentive? Like, I get a lot of people play for blood points, but some people play for fun. I personally am playing 2v8 so I can get close to P100 Rebecca. But there are a lot of people who do not care about blood points. So when the blood point incentive isn't enough and no one is playing 2v8 now, what? like, the only people who are playing 2v8 are the people who can handle double teaming and the people who are waiting in the killer queue. My point is that if there's no incentive to playing these roles and to, like, showing your skill inside of these roles, like there is in 1v4, like there is in any other game, then what is the point of playing 2v8? Because 2v8 does not bring anything except for a stale version of Survivor gameplay, because there are no secondary objectives with 2v8. You don't have any secondary objectives killers. You don't have any fun killers to loot, because you're always going to get you're always either going to get double teamed, or you're going to get murdered or you're simply going to get murdered by your team not doing gens, or the other killer while you're getting chased is pressuring the gens really well, and because the gen regression is fast. Okay, well, half the gen progression is now gone. It's been about 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. But now the progression is half gone. So, sorry. But the point is that there's no incentive to playing any of this. And to me, it gets really boring. I still want a P100 by Rebecca, so I continue playing. But it gets very, very boring when I'm just like, oh, yeah, so I can't exactly loop. And then, like, I will post shorts about this, and the people in the comments will say, oh, well, you should expect that from 2 killers in 2v8. Yeah, no, not every single match. Because if I should expect that in every single match, what's the point of me learning how to loop? Because I just spent all that time in the base game learning how to loop, and I was like, oh my god, guys, I'm going to get my 5-gen run this time. And my friends really freaking teased me about that, because I was like, I'm going to get my 5-gen run this time, I'm so going to do it. But every single time I'm doing good in the chase, I just get killed immediately by another killer. I get ambushed and murdered by another killer. And they're like, oh, what happened to that 5-gen run? Oh, it was freaking flown down the drain when Huntress came out of nowhere and threw a fucking hatchet at me, and I ran straight into the other killer.
Could y'all stop dying in the main hallway, dude? There's already enough blood there.
And you may say, well, no one wants to get 5-gen runned. No shit, but not everyone wants to get double teamed. Like, not everyone wants to sit in like a 30-minute queue as killer to get looped for 5 gens, but not everyone wants to sit in queues just to get double teamed all the way to your death hook and then realize, oh, well, this game's over, and wow, our randoms weren't doing gens, but they took all the tonics. That's so fun. At the moment, we lack incentives for playing these roles, for playing Survivor and for playing 2v8 as a whole. In the future, I would like to see an adjustment in how Survivor is played. I need something other than holding M1 in a stationary location of doing gens and distracting the killer. Because distracting the killer feels, like I said, I can't do it. I can't do it most of the time because I end up getting double teamed. And then the other spectrum is just, like I said, holding M1 on a gen, and it's not fun. It's just, like, no, everyone can agree that holding M1 on a gen is not fun. It's pretty freaking boring. So we need to see upgrades to Survivor gameplay, mainly Survivor classes. I want to see more built-in perks. I want things to be more effective in gameplay practice. I want the guide to do more than just have a built-in blast mine. Because, oh, congratulations, they can see all the gens. Wow, that's so great. Wow. It's almost like the only place that's useful in is Larry's and RPD. Like, the Survivor classes feel so underwhelming versus the killer classes that incentivize double teaming, that punish you for stopping a gen from regressing. They give you 60 seconds of undetectable every 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes, by the way. They make you scream when you're nearby a down. You get built-in infectious fright. You are able to get the Lightborn effect. I'm not sure if that's true. I heard it from someone, but I'll put it on screen if it was. But yeah, it just feels like ultimately I'm being punished for playing Survivor in the way that it's meant to be played. And because of this, yeah, I just haven't been having fun playing 2v8 lately. Let me know your opinions. This was my rant. There will definitely be like a more structured version of my rant, later, and I will definitely make a video about proposing new 2v8 survivor classes that I think personally are brilliant. So yeah, look out for that. But this was my first ever commentary video, by the way. So like, let me know your thoughts. But yeah, I definitely would like to see some efforts made to fix this in the future. But overall, I think the 2v8 game mode has definitely been pretty fun. And while I definitely do have a problem with this double teaming, I definitely will be continuing to play. Yeah, it's been great. Everyone, let me know your thoughts on my stuff my spiel, and I will definitely make sure to responding to some of your comments and your thoughts about this. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. See y'all later.
Guys, I'm not kidding. I did not see that hatch. I did not see it. Oh my god.